I almost forgot the last thing we need to do before we let this dry, because we only got about 2 hours before this is dry. And that is use these cool toothpicks. So you should also have toothpicks. Gonna open up the bag. And Oregon map labels. So we need to put a toothpick in for each one of these things. Okay, so I'm gonna put it, and it's just, notice how it just says the same thing twice, so you don't need to worry about that. Just look at one list. I'll put this on top of this guy so I can see all of them. And they all should be on your map, especially if you added those cities that I talked about last time. I'll try to go kind of quickly. Okay, so Oregon Coast Mountains, that's this mountain range here. So you want to stick these in now so that they dry inside here. Wallowa Mountains, oh, there they are way up here, they're part of the Blue Mountains. So it's kind of around here. Cascade Range, we know where that is. And it's the whole thing, so you can put it anywhere. Maybe I'll put it just kind of in the middle. And I would just have it go all the way down, touching the cardboard. Maybe even into the cardboard a little bit. Next up, Blue Mountains. Well, this is the whole Blue Mountain range. I'm going to put it a little bit lower than the Wallowa Mountains. Siskiyou Mountains, that's the one down here. It's almost in California. So way down here, kind of by Klamath Lake. So way at the bottom of the state. Willamette River, we know where that is that river. Remember I formed it? So I'll just put this, I'm gonna put Portland up here, Salem there, so I'll just put it, maybe I'll put it kind of in the middle there too. Next up is Rogue River. So see, I'm seeing what I need to find, and I find it on this map. Rogue River is, where are you? There you are, Rogue River. It's kind of in the south here, so I already, and also you can make these kind of guys with your toothpick too. So that's the Rogue River. So I'll put that right here, the Rogue River. Snake River, that's this guy. And that, it's kind of almost needs to go into the cardboard, but you can just kind of like press it in a little bit to the dough and hopefully it stays. If it doesn't, we can add some glue to it later. Next up, Columbia River. Well, that's the river that's up here that borders Washington. So again, I'll just kind of put it in there up top. Next up is Deschutes River. Deschutes River is right along the mountain range here on the eastern side of the Cascades. Crater Lake, that's up here, that's actually in the mountain range. Klamath Lake is down a little bit lower. And, okay, sorry, next up is Salem. Okay, now we're in our cities. So I have Portland up here, Salem's right here. So I might do Portland first, because I know where that is. Portland's up here where the Columbia meets the Willamette. And Salem is, it's down 2 or 3 fingers. It's on the river as well, so right along, just go down the Willamette. And Eugene is down kind of more like in the middle of the state. It's where the river starts to curve, but kind of right in the middle. So I have it right next to my Willamette. And then here are my other ones. Let's see, where am I at? So I've done Salem, Portland, Eugene. I'm just gonna go ahead and do Bend right now too. Bend's right across from Eugene, but on the other side of the mountains, and it's on the river too. That's right on the Deschutes River. Okay, so we've gotten Salem. We need Medford and Pendleton still. So Medford is way down here in the Rogue Valley. It's a little bit below the river, but it's still in that same valley. The Willamette Valley and Rogue Valley, they just kind of turn into each other. So it's the same valley. It's between the Cascade Mountains and the coastal mountains. And then it looks like, last but not least, is Pendleton. And remember we talked about Pendleton? It's kind of where the map just goes straight across, but up at the top, about there, that should actually be straight across. And this should be straight to... I'm kind of noticing my southern line should be a straight line. I didn't exactly get it. I wonder how that happened. It's kind of, I think it's drawing a little funny. So maybe I'll see if I can kind of fix that now before it gets too as I was making all my mountains, that's what happens. As I was making everything, it started to change shape. So that's a good thing to think about. At the end, just kind of notice, is it pretty much a straight line at the bottom of the state? Because it should be. And is it pretty much a straight line right here? Because it should be. You can always also take a knife, just go, in fact I might even do that right here, just chop a little bit off. And I'll put in my guide there. I think that's for the that's for the Siskiyou Mountains. Okay, so once you have all those, now you can let it dry and we'll come back in about 2 days and paint it.